What's up YouTube, Potomac Master here. It's been a couple months since I made a video. I'm going to change that. I'm going to just start updating videos, probably do it one or two or three times a week of everything I'm doing, what's going on, everything. I'm gonna make a video. I'll show you this whole room and everything, where I put everything, and then I'll show you my tackle and my rods and reels. I got a couple new ones since the last video I made. So let's go. This room, we made this room. We built these tables, me and my dad, just for this. So this is our whole room for our tackle. These are all this left stack right here, these are all my plastics. Then these are all hard baits, and then I got terminal right behind it. I just put those in some littler boxes, and I got my sinkers up there too. Those are extra tackle boxes over there and everything. There's where I keep my line. I got plastic bags for, you know, extra baits and everything like that, and I got a lock for my boat. Then more bags and everything. There's line in there. I don't really have this organized very well. It's just like braid and then everything else. Then right there's Trilene fluorocarbon and Bass Pro 10-pound mono. That's what I use for backing. I've had that forever. So there's some Power Pro braid right there. I think that's one of the best kinds out there. Like as far as casting wise, it's real sensitive and it doesn't like absorb water like some other braids do. It always casts well and it always stays the same. Then I guess got some tools and everything, and the box is for some of my reels. There's a spooling station. I need to get a line stripper for it because it takes forever to pull the line off my reels. These are all my rods and reels. They're mine and my dad's. I use most of them. He uses some of them though. So I'll show you guys that in another video, but today I'm going to show you all my tackle. So I'm using a tripod. I'm not really sure how to use this thing, so I gotta figure it out. I'm gonna try to do this so you guys can see it all. I'm gonna start with terminal. Oops, just dropped it there. I'll start with terminal. These are my jig heads for shaky heads and stuff. These I only use Strike King jig heads. I just think they're the best. There's some ones for wacky rigging, and these are 3/16 ounce, and both of those are 3/8 ounce. Just keep that in a little Plano box. Keeps everything all nice and organized, really good. And they're just little, so they fit anywhere in the boat. Here are my flipping hooks. I just have some regular straight shank hooks, round bend and everything. That's 4/0 and 5/0 because those are the ones I flip with. And then I have some of these Gamakatsu. They have the little keeper on the end of them. I like those for a heavier cover as opposed to those other ones. But they have that little barb on there to keep it on there. These are Gamakatsu. And then I just use Bass Pro hooks just because they're the cheapest. So just trying to save money, everything. These are my wide gap hooks. I only use 3/4s and 5s, and these are the super line ones. So these are what I use in my braided rod lines with braided rods with braided line. I got 3s, 4s, and these are both 5. Then I just have I don't really use a lot of these. I just have them in case because Potomac you don't really use them as much. But these are some tube jig heads. I think it got quarter, 3/16, and 1/8, and then I got just some suede swim bait hooks. Sometimes I use those with Havoc Devil Spears by Mike Iaconelli. Those are really good baits. Alright, I'm gonna get started on the soft plastics now. This is I have a couple of them like this. This is my Bobby Lane baits that I use. These are all Havoc. These are the crawfatty right here. That's black and blue. Then we got the same thing here, green and Okeechobee craw. Looks like green pumpkin blue. Then there's just green pumpkin, watermelon, black and blue, and then white. I use those most of the time as trailers, and then I'll flip these crawfatties. I keep that in a nice Plano box. Everything's in there, organized. I can see it all before I grab it. This is like another little Plano box. I just kind of have this like for all my tools and everything. I have some real lube in case I need it. And then in here I have casting sinkers, bobber stoppers, and then I just have some roller hooks, and then I have swivels for my little brother. He likes those better than tying stuff. Probably because he's just 8. So then I have some trailer hooks and the heat shrink tubing. And I got skirts for chatterbaits and then jigs and everything like that. So that's just kind of like a little box of everything. These are my Mike Iaconelli baits. These are my favorite Mike Iaconelli baits. Up here, these 4 are devil spears, and then these 4 are smash tubes. I need to get some more black and blue. As you can see, I only have 2 left. And then I want to get some more watermelon. I got plenty of these though. This is Okeechobee Craw, and then I just have like regular blue. These are really, really good baits. You can fish them like a swim bait sideways with like the swim bait hooks I showed you, or you can rig it like this and flip it, and the tail catches a lot of water while it's falling. So it's really got like a lot of good vibration, and it's got nothing to catch the grass as it goes straight down. I catch a lot of fish on those. And then these are the smash tubes. This is the Norm, I think it is. It's like just like a green pumpkin. And then the cool thing about these is it has different colors. You can't tell on that one as much, but like here, it's got like different colors on the inside of the bait, on the inside of it. So you have more than one color as it's falling, like all the legs are kicking. I like to flip these more. And then I have black and blue, Norm blue. And then, not really sure what that color is, but it works. They work. And then next, this is the rest of my Havoc baits. This is mostly Skeet Reese. Black and blue, as you can tell, is my favorite color. This is a Pit Boss. This is my favorite flipping bait. Not as much for the heavier cover, but like for the more sparse stuff, it's really good. And I got June Bug. And then here, got Okeechobee Craw, kind of like a green pumpkin blue. Then here's some green pumpkin blue fleck baby brush hogs by Zoom. Those are really good baits to flip. And then you just have plain old sapphire blue. This Pit Bosses, and then these are my these are Gary Klein. These are the Havoc Deuce trailers. They're really, really, really good baits. Like, they do a really good job of like bringing the fish in, like the legs, like you can tell just like how soft it is. I don't know, you guys can't because you can't feel it, but and the legs shake really easy and freely, so that's really good. You catch a lot of fish on those as trailers. And then you got a Havoc subwoofer, Mike Iaconelli bait. It's like a little cut tail, like a little swim worm or a speed worm or whatever, and you can put a big hook in there and catch a lot of fish on that. Or you could fish it as a trailer on anything, or you could throw it like as a topwater bait too, because this tail like disturbs a lot of water up at the surface. And those are my plastics. Not all of them, but those, most of them. Then I have a couple of these bigger boxes. In here, I just have Yum Dingers and the 7-inch ones. I like to use those a lot, like when I just kind of fun fishing. Just because like I get a lot of fish, not always like the bigger fish, but we'll catch a lot of keepers on those. And then just got some more in there in that bag. That's one. I have 2 more of these. In here is kind of like a mishmash of everything. This bag has just got like all kinds of stuff in it, like frogs, ribbon-tail worms, lizards. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. And these are some of my flipping baits. I got Zoom No, I take that back. It's Yum. Yum Woolly Hogs is one of the things in here. And then I got a Bass Pro River Bug and Blue Fleck. And then I got a whole bunch of those Yum baits. They're really good baits. They catch grass though. That's my only complaint. So I use those more on like my sparser stuff. And then in here I got more of my like finesse baits, like my smaller like 2 and 3 and 4 inch tubes or 3.5 inch tubes in here. These are all Kevin Van Dam tubes. The coffee tubes, I think those are really good. And then right here we got these are all my Senkos. Nope, never mind. These are my finesse ones. These are all my like skinnier, more finesse type deal kind of thing. I just have like a whole bunch of different companies. I use all companies with soft plastics. Most of the time, it's gonna be most of the time it's either gonna be Berkley or Strike King. Sometimes I'll use Zoom, but most of the time I don't. And here are the plastics I use the most in this big box. I got my these are my power worms, 7, 10, and 12 inch power worms. And these are my claws and everything, all different kinds, like Zoom, NetBait Packer Claws, really good trailers for stuff. And then I have some Power Bait Trigger Claws. And then I have, these are all KDB Perfect Plastics. I like these a lot. They have a good set and they have good action, like they're all really soft. Except they tear up really easy. And here's my last box. This is my dad's favorite box. It's got his Senkos in there. That's his favorite bait in the entire world. If he could fish with one thing for the rest of his life, that's what it would be. It'd be a Green Pumpkin 5-inch Senko. That's his favorite bait. This is like his box. He loves it. And then I keep them in here in this bigger one. I keep everything together in this bigger one because this is what like I use the most of. I keep those all in here, and it keeps it all watertight and good. Block bags are really good. They keep everything organized. And then I'm going to go through these kind of fast. These are my hard baits. I got swim jigs. I fish a lot of swim jigs. I just don't use like a lot of colors. I've lost a bunch of them. I mostly use black and blue and then some bluegill colors and some shad colors. That's there. I use Dirty Jigs and Strike King for jigs almost exclusively. My dad likes this box a lot too. We got frogs in here. Up here we have more like the walk the dog kind of frogs, and then down here we have the popping frogs. My favorite color, I caught a 4-pounder the other day on a frog. It was really cool to see him strike it. This is my favorite color. These are all Spro popping frogs. The Dean Rojas signature, and then we got some black and white and everything like that. They're expensive. You can get some Bass Pro frogs for like, you can get like 5 for like 15 bucks, and that's not bad. These are my worm weights. I don't really use a bunch of different weights. I just have like a bigger box for them in case I do. So I got like 1/8, 3/16, 3/8, 1/2, and 3/4 all in there. And all of this stuff is kept in Plano boxes. They do a good job keeping everything dry and organized. These are my buzz baits. Again, I only use Strike King buzz baits. These are my favorite. Oops. But I don't really use a whole bunch of buzz baits. I have like 2 or 3 main colors that I like. Then in here, all trailers for anything and everything. Got some twin toe grub trailers, and then some chigger craws and some NetBait Packer Claws. Really good trailers because they have the big claws and everything. And from there, and this is just like a little box of Senkos that we take to ponds sometimes. I got some hooks in there. These are all boogie baits in here. These kind of ride up higher in the water column, so I use these. Actually, I don't really use these that much. Just sometimes at ponds and everything. It's like the same thing as a chatterbait, except it's just Booyah makes them. And all it does is it just rides up higher in the water. It's something with the blade design. And here I have jigs. I don't really like the way I store these, like in this kind of a box, but I don't really use them that much. I have a bunch of them, so I don't really use them that much. Enough like to have like a bunch of different boxes for jigs. So in here we have, these are all gripper jigs. I really like those. These are all like flipping jigs. These are all dirty jigs, like swim jigs, heavy cover jigs, and then these are all football, like finesse jigs. That was the only Falcon box I have. Plano's always better. Here's got speed worms in here. I got June bug and green pumpkin. This is a Magnum speed worm, and then I got watermelon. I need to fill this up with more chatterbaits. We've lost a lot this year. This is all my chatterbait box. Black and blue again is my favorite. Then you got white, chartreuse. Those are some bigger ones. I got some natural colors, and then I got some chartreuse sexy shad. Woo! That catches the crap out of them. Alright, we're almost done, guys. Spinnerbaits in here. I always use Strike King spinnerbaits. That's it. Strike King spinnerbaits is the deal. That's where it's at. I use just a couple different colors. I mostly use willow, a combination of willow and Colorado blades. In here, these are my flipping weights. Again, I don't really have a bunch of them. I just have some like the big, like I have half, 3/4, 1 ounce, ounce and a half, all in here. I need to fill this up with some more. Those are for like punching. It's my shallow crankbait box. You got some -1s. Those are really good baits in there. And mostly, I got 2 or 3 Strike Kings in here, and then mostly Rapalas, DT1s, DT1 Fats, and DT3s, DT4s, everything. Top water box. Top water, kind of like shallow running baits, like just under the surface. And these Strike King and Rebel poppers. I got one Bass Pro, and then I have, this is the bait I caught my first bass on, so I just keep it in here, just because it's kind of like, it's like a really shallow running bait. Same with all this stuff in here, because like most of the time the bass is gonna like come out of the water to get them. I got Ripless crankbaits in here. Strike King and Rapala, that's it, no more. Actually, I take that back, we got some Excalibur in here. But other than that, it's Strike King. I only use 2 colors. It's like a crawfish and then just like a gold china kind of color. Other than that, it's all Strike King and Rapala. I like everything about the Strike King baits because Ken Van Dam designed them. And these are like my middle depth crankbaits, like DT6s, DT8s, and like the Series 3 and stuff like that. Miles for Strike King, and then I have some bombers in here. That's all for that one. I just have in here, I just have some shad wraps for when the water's cold in the winter. Got some SR9s, SR7s, and I have flutter spoons in here. Don't really use these a lot. But the fish, it's fun because you catch the fish way out there. Because you throw those things like a mile. We got jerk baits in here. Don't throw a lot of hard jerk baits. Mostly soft ones in there. Then here's my deep crankbaits. I'm missing a few of them. I don't know where they are. Probably stuck in trees somewhere. But Strike King and Rapala crankbaits. That's really all I use. So that's all my tackle. I'll do a quick video in a minute and buy all my rods. But sorry, it's been forever and everything. But I'm gonna be making these videos up and making them soon. So keep watching, guys. Thanks.